Jennifer. Jennifer, Laura, Karen. Lisa Vanderhelm. Tammy's had hers, and Tracy. I'm gonna need a running list of that. Because I can't remember a goddamn thing. So we have Jen Nichols. Karen Albano. Laura Gibson. Lisa Vanderhelm. Tammy Sylvester. But Tammy's done hers, I know that. And then Tracy Swinson. Alright, those are my preferentials for tonight. Alright, let me sign out of here. Log out. Oh man. Oh, hey Emily Williams, how are you? Emily, aren't you one of my Patreon subscribers, or am I wrong about that? I don't see you on my list, but I thought you were. Am I? And Tracy's here. Tracy, do you want your free charming tonight? You get a free charming for being a Patreon subscriber, so I'm glad you're here. Because you need to do your Monday night, not Monday night, your month of April charming. You haven't had it yet, I don't believe. Hey Mary, how are you? How are you doing? I hope you're feeling better. Hi, John Thomas. It's not my John Thomas, is it? My John Thomas. John Thomas? Who do I... You're not Landa, are you, John? No, that's not John Thomas. Hey, Jessica Ann Farley. Hey, Lisa Vanderhelm. You also need to pick up your charming, dear, if you would like. That would be great. I would love to get you guys knocked out tonight. Not with like any sort of drugs or anything, just getting things done so that I can have April be completed, because we're going to start May soon, and then you guys will be due for another charming in May. So let me find this event really quick and post it, but all of my Patreon subscribers are on a list, and I want to get you guys done first and foremost. You guys have priority. Tonight is like your charming night. Thank you, Ducky, for posting for me. I missed you. I wanted to call you today. Are you in the room, Ducky? Karen's here too. Hey, Karen, are you ready to get yours? I hope you are, because I wrote you down. Karen also, you guys, the niceness of Karen, I'm going to say, Karen is gifting away her March charming because she didn't. And this is something I don't normally want to get involved in, only because I'm going to explain this really quick. I'm not a dick, but if we get to 20, the highest tier, right, in my Patreon is $33.33, and only 20 people are allowed to sign up for that tier. Once that tier fills up to like, I don't know, 10, 12 people, I want to start doing a tarot class in there. Like when I have enough people that want to learn about how I read cards and want to study, I'll do a separate Zoom event where we do a tarot reading sort of symbology class, but we need more people in that tier, right? Right now I have 5. Well, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you, right? And I'm grateful for each and every one of you. And at that point, when it grows, what we'll do is we'll start to have our own private charm nights where it will just be for Patreon members only, not the general public. But at this time, since there's so few of you, I'm just going to let you guys collect your free charming whenever you can during the month when I do charm nights, if that's okay with you guys. So Karen asked me the other day if she could gift away her March charming because she didn't get one in March, and I'm going to say yes to that, but as we grow, I don't want to be having people contacting me going, you know what, I didn't get my last month's charming, can I gift it, or can I use it now, blah, blah, blah. I don't want it to get confusing. So the responsibility, as we're doing it this way, will be on you guys. I will try and make sure you guys catch them or get them, but I can't always be gifting them away if this group grows, because then it will get too crazy with people missing last month's charming and wanting to give it to their friend and blah 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 blah, and it'll just make me crazier than I already am. Okay, but tonight I will gift away Karen's charming. That will be like the surprise at the end. We'll give it to somebody at the end, somebody deserving. Karen asked for us to give it away to somebody that can't afford a charming or has never had one. So we're gonna gift that away at the end of this. But I want to thank you for posting, Ducky. I miss you, honey. Let me post. And Ducky, you asked me for a charming way back when. Do you still want one? Are you in the chat room? Hey, Amy Jo Kastner, how are you? Jessica Farley, it's a $33.33 a month. So it comes to like, I don't know, over 30 days, that's what, $1.11 a day is how it works out. And you get the forecast early, you get to vote in the polls, you get the Archangel reading, you get the love reading, and then when I get more 3333s, I will start a class on Zoom that we'll study, we'll all pick a particular deck that we want to work through, and I will try and teach you guys how to read cards from a particular deck. We'll all just, as a group, choose a deck that we all like. It will be up to you guys to buy the deck yourself, but I will give you an Amazon link that you can buy it through my link, and then I will get a small percentage of the sale, which will also help me, and then we can all study with that deck. You guys can ask questions, we can give each other sample readings, and we can have fun with it. But that's for the highest level. That's the 3333 group. Okay, and that's why I'm keeping it limited only to 20 people, because if it does fill up and I have 20 people, then it will be that would be a big class, I think, where we would want, and I want an even number, so if we have to pair off and give each other readings and that sort of stuff, we want to be able to have an even number of people without me involved. All right, so let me share this out really quick. I'm getting sidetracked, sorry guys. Sorry about last night and being a little stern papa. I think Daddy got his feelings hurt. Daddy got his feelings a little bit hurt last night because he was called nasty when he wasn't trying to be. I'm sorry to Mary if I came off as nasty. I know that Mary and I are fine. She messages me all the time, and I spoke with her this morning over the forecast, and I know that we are good. But I just want to apologize publicly to Mary if I seemed callous or uncaring. That was not the case. I just don't want Mary to close her heart chakra. I'm very I have strong feelings around that, let's just say that. So, let me find my page really quick, guys. Sorry. And all of my, I can't even think of the name. Is it the Archangels? Is it the realm of the Archangels? I think it might, I can't remember if it's the realm of, oh no, the realm of the Seraphim. You guys are the highest order. The 3333s are the realm of the Seraphim, which is the highest order of angels. So, let me see here. Let me share to some groups. We'll share it there, share it there. How about there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there. Ducky shared it there. Thank you, Ducky. I appreciate that, my dear. You guys, by the way, I want to shout out to Ducky and Angel, too. They have a new thing going on called Rock and Raffle, and it's fun. You guys should check it out when they're on live. You should follow them. Rock and Raffle is this thing where they have a raffle where you buy into the raffle and you can pick eggs, and inside the eggs there's things like crystals and stuff like that. And then they also have raffles that you can buy into where you can buy a ticket, and they put all the tickets into like a bowl or a hat, and then they pull out the winner after they reach a certain amount of raffle tickets sold for that item. So it's a fun way to kind of win cool stuff, I think. And so you guys might want to check that out, following them at Rockin, I think it's ROCKNRAFFLE. Ducky will tell you if you ask her. She will, oh wait, I don't want that. That's too meta. Ducky will tell you if you ask her. She knows how it works. Who's sending me a message? Southern Mama, do you see me now? Hey, Angel Baby Chen. What a cute name. You're welcome, Ducky. Thank you. Only 20 spots left for the 3333. Get your fast spot. Actually, there's less than 20. There's only 14 spots left. So I have 6 people. So these are my people that I'm calling out tonight for free charm. Well, they're not technically free. They're charmings for people that... Actually, Ducky, you know what you and I need to do is we need to schedule so that I'm not on against Rockin' Raffles, too. You guys need to let me know when you guys go live for Rockin' Raffles so I can go over there and watch. And then I'm not, broadcasting at the same time as you guys are. So let me know that. I'll talk to you. I meant to call you today. I wanted to call you this morning, and then the day got away from me. I had 2 paid readings today, which was great. And then I did the forecast, which is a nice forecast for tomorrow, which is already up on Patreon. If you want to subscribe over there, you can see it for tomorrow. If not, it will go live in the morning. And then what ended up happening, I went on my 45-minute walk, which is always nice, even though it's gray and it was about to rain. I went, and then I talked to somebody very important to me, and I hope that they feel better. They're not feeling so well, and so that's never a good thing, but I see them as getting better and healthier and lovelier than they are, as always, so hopefully that will happen. And I am here to now I talked to Jen Nichols, and she said she wanted to get her charming tonight, so she reminded me that it was Wednesday night. I'm thinking about permanently moving charmings to Sunday nights, though, but I don't know. We'll see. So, we will see. And, hey, Erica Nelson, how are you? Hey, Julia Titchen. I hope I said that right. How's everything with you? I don't know that you've been able to start hospice work yet, but I hope you're doing well during this shelter in place. You saw the forecast, Ducky? You liked it? It was a good one. Tomorrow's good, too. Tomorrow was a really beautiful forecast. Let me just double check the cards. Yes, we had another fucking chakra card for tomorrow. These chakra cards, man, they're calling out to us. I'm almost tempted to stay with this deck for one more month. Oh, that's another thing too, guys. On the on Patreon, if you're a member of Patreon, you get to vote on the deck that we use for the monthly forecast, for the morning forecasts. So the decks are up over on Patreon as what we're using. And let's do something tonight. Let's do another incense gangbang. Let's do another incense choice. So let me grab some incense. Oh God, Daddy needs a shave. Look at that. Grr, Santa. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, let's see. What flavors do we want to pull out of? I want something new. Frankincense. This is what I feel like. All right, some of these are not even open. All right, so you get 3 choices of incense. You guys get to set the mood. The first choice is, and I don't know what this is. If somebody could look this up and tell me what this is, Aruda, Aaruda. I don't know what the principles of this are. It smells really pretty, kind of rosy and florally. It's in this beautiful pink box, and you know how I love a pink box. But it smells really nice. I just opened it because I ordered a bunch of these from Amazon, like in a big stack of 30 different flavors. So I don't know exactly what Aruda is. There was one that I had that was, it had some weird name like Hodor or whatever. Not the guy from Game of Thrones, but like Hodr. And it was actually, when I looked it up, it was good for meditation, that sort of thing. So if somebody could look this up and tell me what are the principles of this. The other one is frankincense. Now, this is not going to put bolts in our necks and extend our foreheads and turn a screen. It's actually one of the gifts that was given to the baby Jesus. And it is a very, very much found in holy places. And I'm talking about like religious holy, not holy like your jeans or underwear. And so this is a beautiful, probably spiritual incense. If you want to look up the principles, oh, dirty Santa. Hi, Sean. How are you? If you want to look up the principles of frankincense, somebody could do that for me. I'll let you knock out my charming tonight if you want. Awesome, Emily. And then the last one is in purple. Prince, and this is Rosemary. Now, Rosemary is a favorite. Not only is she a good girlfriend of mine. Oh, Rosemary, sit down. Rosemary is one of my all-time favorite scents, like ever. I don't know why I love rosemary, but I love taking rosemary oil baths. It's very medicinal, it's very cleansing, and there's just something about rosemary. Wasn't that a movie? No, that was something about Mary, but this is something about rosemary. So this would be a fresh box of rosemary. So who wants, you guys get to pick. So either Aruda, frankincense, or rosemary. Which one do you guys want? Oh, Shelby's doing good. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, so Ducky says frankincense essential oil contains properties that relieve feelings of anxiety, stimulate the immune system, and diminish signs of aging, among other demonstrated activities. It can be used cosmetically, medicinally, and eliminating surface and airborne bacteria. Okay, so that means that if we use frankincense, any of us can fart and we'll be okay. Aruda, supposed to drive out the bad spirits and feelings. This is interesting. I didn't know that. Drive out bad spirits and feeling, clears the mind of negative thoughts and energies. So that's Aruda. So that's beautiful. Thank you for that, Amy Jo Kastner. Thank you for that, Ducky. Stony says purple, LOL. Rosemary. Does anybody want to... I've got a couple of rosemaries. I've got a couple frankincenses. Sean wants frankincense. Ducky cleans with it. I don't know what Ducky's talking about cleaning with. God knows what Ducky's talking about. She could be talking about her vajay. I clean with it. Just slap it, flip it, rub it down. Oh no. Alright, so Lisa says rosemary. This is kind of like, it seems like it's a run between frankincense and rosemary. Ducky says rosemary. Kelly says Aruda. Julie wants frankincense. Oh, you all are throwing me off. This is a mixed match. I like the matching colors of purple and yellow, though. Let me see here. I think we're going to do snail marks and all. Oh, Ducky. Oh, Ducky. Another frankincense from Tracy Swinson. I think we're going to go with frankincense tonight. I like that it was like calming, antibacterial. God knows where some of you chicks have been, so antibacterial might help, especially with Sean here in the room. Let me see here. I know Sean's mouth just opened up in Seattle. He's like, bitch! I could feel it. Rosemary's Baby. John Thomas, is that Landa? Who's John Thomas? John Thomas, that's not Landa, is it? Is that my drag mother? Alright, so we've got the frankincense of burning. Plus that also, I associate frankincense with the gift that they brought the baby Jesus. So that also kind of brings Jesus into the room, which is nice, you know? When you want a dude in a white flowy dress hanging out with you. I think it's good for charmings. So, we've picked our incense, we've set our mood. Let me burn a little bit of sage, just to kind of sage the charms a little bit. Emily, are you on my 3333 or are you not? I can't remember. That's what I can't remember. I didn't see you on the list, but I thought you were. Cadis the Triple Taurus says hello. Hey Cadis, how are you, Triple Taurus? It's your moon tonight, Cadis. Why can't I see Cadis? Tonight is the new moon in Taurus, guys. Oh! And by the fucking way, happy 4/20/2020. So that is, check this out, guys. 4/22 is 4, and 2020 drop the zeros is 4. So it's happy 444 day, or it's happy 42222 day. So today is kind of a magical day. It's the end of the 444 portal. I think that this incense is, this sage is packed way too tight. Like, whatever Indian tied this, they tied it so tight that it's like you can't even get any air in there. And then I keep stubbing it out and making it even more compact, because I like it when it's compact. All right. Now it's going to burn like crazy. I'm probably going to burn the house down. Watch. Try not to set the fire to the house. Put a little bit behind me. All right, we're just going to let that burn, burn, burn like a burning ring of fire. Okay. Who wants to go first? He says it is, and he's hitting the bowl for you. Amy Jo, why can you see him but I can't? Is he over on YouTube? Or are you with him? I'm confused. Bring on the magic, Dan. So who wants to go first? Hi, Elliot. Don't burn the house down. I know, I need to sell. Totally. I need to sell my wares. If I can't sell it, then I'm going to sit on it. That's my rule of thumb. Can somebody get me that on a t-shirt? Hey, Jenna Smith. Jenna says, this is my first time watching. I'm loving you already. Jenna, you're sick. You're sick. I know that you're a sick girl. Welcome to the group. We're all sick girls here. Don't worry. Because he's watching over your shoulder. All right. I thought he was in a chat room somewhere. And I was like, why can't I see him chatting? Okay. All right. Sell my bound and gagged sage. Dirty, dirty birdie. All right, Karen Albano says I can knock hers out. All right, so Karen, what do you want your topic to be on, my dear? Give me your topic, please, Karen. This is for my April Charmings. That's the name I used to dance under. You guys know that, right? Welcome to the stage, Miss April Charmings. All right, so these are my April Charmings. So, Karen, what do you want yours to be on? Buckle up, Jenna, Andrew says, for real. You did upgrade to 3333, then Emily, you're on the list. I thought you had, and I wasn't sure, and I couldn't find you on my list for some reason. So, you'll get your charming tonight, too. So, general for Karen. Emily, what do you want yours to be on? Renee Lynn's crying, laughing. I love it. And remember, somebody's going to get Karen's free charming tonight, so hang on watching, guys, because somebody will win Karen's charming from last month. Basically, you're getting Karen's leftovers, but it's Karen. She's really cool, so her leftovers are great. Karen gave me this magic wand, so you want Karen's leftovers, trust. All right, wait, I'm missing some of this. Renee Lynn, Jessica, my name was Stormy, LMAO. My name was April until I was 3.5. I'm just kidding, you guys. Oh, wait, Jessica, your name was Stormy? Girl, did you used to dance in the clubs? I wish I could dance in the clubs. That was like a dream of mine to be a stripper. I don't know why. I would love to be a stripper, at least for like just one night. Live the life of a stripper. I know that's weird, but it's always been like this strange sort of fantasy of mine. I know that's way TMI, but like I've totally wanted to do it. I thought about doing it. Oh well, never mind. I'll tell you guys. That's a story for off topic. That's like not. That's a story for when we go and open this beautiful gift from Karen, the sensual goddess, which I have these here, and one night I'm gonna do a night of readings with these dirty tarot cards. I have 2 decks that I have to unbox, but I just haven't found the right time. That's the night that I'll tell my stripper stories. All right, so awesome, Jessica. Awesome for owning that. I love it. I don't think that there's any shame in it. I think it's a very sexy profession, quite frankly. I have mad respect for strippers. So, Lisa wants general magic. Okay, so I'm going to put that down. General magic. Tracy Swinson, are you here? I just wanted to get Tracy. I know Tracy's here. I saw her. Jenna says she was a stripper in her 20s. It laughed my ass off. Atta girl, Jenna. No, welcome home, honey. You're in the right group of people here. We're all still strippers. The only difference is I strip for my dogs, and they just kind of roll their eyes at me. I have 3 bulldogs, and they're just like, oh, Jesus, put your clothes on, old lady. All right. Tracy Swinson says general. Emily Williams, what did you want? I got general magic on you, Lisa Vanderhelm. I'm looking for Jen Nichols. If she's shown up yet, she'll probably show up late. All right. open to whatever, so I'm going to just put you down for general, and we're going to get started here, Emily. All right, so I'm going to start with Karen's charming. All right, so what did she... Tracy Swinson says general. I got that. Okay, perfect. All right, I'm going to switch cameras, guys, and let's get started with Karen's, because Karen's just happens to be at the top of the list. So we're going to do a general charming for Karen Albano. What does she need to know? Oh, wow, there's a lot of letters, Karen. I don't know. I might need your decipherer. S-I-M-E-S-O-D-V. Well, you have doves. D-O-V. Right? E-S. There's doves. Ducky, can you do that word thing for me that you do? Where you type all the letters in? It could be Miss Doves. That could be your stripper name, Karen. Miss Doves. Miss Doves to the stage, please. She floats like a dove. All right, so let me look at this. What does Karen need to know? All right, Karen. I'm going to say the first thing that stands out to me immediately is this mood ring wrapped around St. Anthony of Padua. I feel like, Karen, you are holding tight right now with... I feel like you're fighting against yourself. When I look at these charms, it feels like to me... And I'm not saying fighting against yourself. I feel like you're fighting really hard to keep calm. Like, I feel like you're fighting really hard to keep everything under control right now. This St. Anthony of Padua is the remover of obstacles, and he's wrapped up in the mood ring, which to me it feels like your mood is really setting the way you're kind of connecting to your obstacles, right? Or the things that you see as obstacles. And this is sort of affecting not only your present mind, but a little bit of your subconscious, right? The mood stuff is down in your subconscious. I'm not saying that your mood is bad, but I am saying that your mood is affecting sort of how you're interacting with the world around you. And so, to me, I feel like you're working hard to kind of keep a positive outlook and kind of keep your mood good so that you can remove some of those obstacles out of your way. Now, up here, the other reason why I say that is because we have this bull, which, you know, could be the symbol for Taurus, but it also is a symbol for, like, strength and stubbornness, right? And to me, it's next to the Merkaba, which is about sort of, you know, spiritual travel, enlightenment. It's definitely a spiritual symbol. And so with these two so close together, it feels like almost like our stubbornness and our spirit are kind of not at odds, but you go in and out of one or the other, right? One day you might be feeling spiritually connected and feeling really good, and the next day you're feeling like a bull in a china shop, making mistakes, feeling a little bit frustrated, feeling a little, why can't people do what I need them to do? That sort of a thing. So I feel like these two are kind of mirroring what's going on down here also. All of this stuff to me is happening in the present time, which is a good thing, but let me see here. You have the love charm flipped over, and you have imagine in the higher mind flipped over. And the reason why, dream is here, but dream is upside down. I feel like maybe your dreams have been put on hold. They're not completely forgotten, and it's not like you're gonna give up on them. I don't feel that. I feel like you've had to put them on pause, and that might be why your mood is a little bit sort of iffy at times, and why you're struggling back and forth or pulling back and forth with this Merkaba. It's like, I want to say this. I feel like there's these times where you feel really spiritually connected and things feel really good, and then there's other times where things feel heavy or they're moving too slow or you're sort of frustrated. And so that's kind of making it hard to stay focused on the dream, but you haven't lost the dream by any means at all. Okay? Now, over here and over here, we have up in here, the higher mind is the word imagine, right? And over here we have the word love. And I think that these are two attributes that we want to bring into our space more so. That's going to help to affect our mood. It's also going to help to sort of, like, I want to take this mood ring off of St. Anthony, right? So that obstacles no longer affect our mood, right? There's bravery. You have the Matador jacket, which signifies bravery moving forward. And you have the frog, but he's upside down. And frog represents sort of cleansing, right? Where, to me, this is about sort of maybe cleansing the mind, cleansing the heart, and finding the time and the space to be able to do that right now would be key. As we do that, which I think I'm going to flip him over and bring his energy in, as we do that moving into the future, we have the beautiful graduation charm that has a little angel on it, right? Which to me feels like you're going to be leveling up in the... Oh, sorry, it went out of focus. It feels to me like there's an opportunity with all of this sort of back and forth with this frustration you might be experiencing at times. You're graduating, Karen. You're learning something new. There is something that's happening that's transforming you, and you may not realize it yet, but it is happening for you. And what I love is it's next to this grace charm that's in the future, which is upright, the idea of grace. And you know how I always talk about, there's a feather on this charm too. You know how I always talk about the idea of grace and ease, right? Those two energies that we always want to bring in. I feel like this graduation, it may feel a little bit bumpy right now at times. There's times when it's good, but there's also times when it's bumpy, it's a struggle, and it's hard. But if you stay with it and you keep that, bring in that sort of that ability to imagine and bring in as much love as you can, you're going to allow yourself to sort of cleanse your space, cleanse your mind, cleanse your energy, to be able to continue to move forward. And there's a strength and a bravery here that you have access to that is really powerful. You want to keep that too going for you. You're heading to a good place. I know it may feel like you're not heading anywhere right now, or it might feel a bit like a struggle, especially with him upside down, but he will right side himself up, and your moods will become more, I feel like it's not that your moods are imbalanced or unbalanced. I feel like this is like one day it's a good day, the next day it's a bad day. One day it's a good day, the next day it's a bad day. And so I feel like you're almost tired from that, the back and forth of that, right? And so because of that, and I love that we have this Taurus here with this Taurus new moon tonight, guys. I am going to say this. I'm having a hard time quieting my mind during my meditation. That makes complete sense with all of this. Let me just flip the camera really quick. I'm going to let you take a picture of this, but I just want to say this too, guys. I've been reading up on this moon that we have, this new moon tonight. This new moon is in the sign of Taurus, and it is a new moon. So it's all about creation, right? Like what we want to see over this next moon cycle. I love that in Karen's charming, we have that Taurus symbol there, right? It says to me that right now we want to take this new moon in Taurus and we want to think about what is it that we want to create. Now this message is for everybody, but especially also Karen. When we're looking at that imagine charm and that love charm, those are the things that we want to start to grow in our space with this new moon. Those are the things that are going to lead us to that grace charm in the future. Let me go back and show you what I'm talking about. So those are going to be the things, these two proponents here are going to be the things that sort of allow you to cleanse your mind, cleanse your heart, cleanse your spirit a little bit, and get to this place of feeling like you've graduated and that you're really feeling that grace, the lightness of that grace going into the future. This may take a month, right? But we want to stay focused on that and utilize that spiritual connection to this Taurus new moon and start to grow that. We have our dreams. Our dreams are still there. They've always been there. They might feel a little bit on pause. That's why it's upside down, but we haven't given up on them. Do not give up. I am so tired, she says. I know you are, dear. You gotta hang in there. And you have the strength to hang in there. And you have the bravery to hang in there. And it will get better and it will get lighter, I promise you. I have seen triple numbers 2-3 times a day for 2 weeks. That means that they're around you. That means that they're with you. I see them all the time too. It's to the point where I'm kind of like over it. Not over it, I'm never over it, but it's just kind of like, okay, thank you, and I thank them and I keep moving. Because I can't always stop and look up the number with whatever I'm doing. But it lets me know that I am sort of in alignment with where I'm supposed to be at every time I see those triple numbers, even when I'm feeling tired, overworked, overwhelmed, all of that stuff. And trust me, I have been feeling it. Do you want to take a picture of this? Doves are also a sign of peace, my dear. So bringing in that peace and that grace. You're very welcome, Karen. Now, do you want to take a picture of this or do you have it? Deism is the belief in the existence of a supreme being. That's interesting. Because that would be like deity. You've got this, Karen. You just got to stay with it. This St. Anthony being wrapped around your moods are really key right now. Your subconscious mood is really what's kind of got to be paid attention to. Thank you, Karen. You're amazing too, my dear. Have you noticed that on the pattern we're very similar, Karen? You're one of the people on the pattern that's closest to me in similarity. You did take the screenshot. Awesome. All right, let's move on. Thank you for that. To Lisa Vanderhelm. Miss Lisa Vanderhelm. General Magic, please. Oh, interesting. Oh, she stood up today, people. Can you guys see that? I got the chat box in the way. I can't. Do you see? Wait, where is she? Oh, you can't tell. See, I don't want to knock her over. Do you see this right here? That is Mary standing upright on the board. She's standing on her feet, standing upright. Like, no joke. You can't tell what that charm is right there that I'm pointing at. She's standing right next to the dream catcher. She's standing right in front of it, guys. Like, let me see. Hold on, I'll show you. She doesn't stand up like this very often. This is like kind of a big deal. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna just move the camera. Don't judge my dirty office. Can you guys see that? See how Mary's standing up on the board right there? She's standing upright. Like, normally she's always laying flat on either her belly or her back. She's actually standing upright. She came out. Oh, she just fell over because I banged the desk. I'm going to stand her back up. I'm sorry. She's drunk. Don't mind her. I'm going to put her right back where she was. All right. So now I'm going to read this charming. I think it's interesting that she's standing up and Lisa just moved. All right. So let me open up the chat box so I can see what you guys are saying. So, it is a sign, Ducky. I think it definitely is a sign. And I love that she's standing up right next to the dream catcher. So I'm going to pull the letters really quick. I don't want to knock her over because she did fall over just because I banged the desk, which was kind of my Nimrod move. So you have an N, an O, and an E. Which could be eon. An eon is like a long period of time. I'm not sure how many years. All right, so you have a lot of chakra stones here too, now that I'm looking at it. You have the solar plexus, which is your third chakra. You have the sacral chakra, which is the second. And you have the third eye chakra here, which is the sixth. Let me look at this for a minute. What's going on here with Lisa? I'm going to say this, Lisa. I feel like this Mary standing up in the midst of all of this the way that she's standing up right here next to the dream catcher, I kind of feel like this has to do with your move a little bit. I know that you wanted general magic, and I'm going to talk about what's going on and what I see here. But like, I feel like she's kind of looking at everything and sort of deciding where everything goes right now. She's making the decision, so she would represent as you. She's deciding, like with her third eye, with all of her chakras, right? Where she feels most comfortable, where she feels most connected. And I'm using her as an analogy, but I feel like she is representing as you. She's standing over the dream catcher, or right next to the dream catcher. So this is about, like, I think waiting for so long for your move, and you finally got it. Now it's about taking this sort of dream or this idea and making it a reality. How do you want it? Where do you want it? Which way do you want it? And she gets to make all the decisions, so much so that she's standing upright on the board. She's like, oh no, guys, step back. I've got this, kind of thing. That's the energy I'm getting from her. Now, the interesting thing is you asked about spirit or magic. There's a lot of magic happening in these charms right here. First off, you have the unicorn, which represents as magic. It's a magical being, right? But you also have the jaguar, which is like sort of like this sort of shamanic magic in like nature magic to me. The jaguars always represent sort of that natural shamanic healing magic, plant magic, that sort of thing. And then you have the big listen, which is the big conch shell, which is spirit speaking to you. Okay, so to me, when you've got spirit speaking to you next to all of this, and then underneath all of this, you have, I don't want Mary to fall over, but you have this sacred heart, which to me, the sacred heart, it's kind of funny. You have second, third, fourth. Even though this is not a chakra stone, this represents the heart center, right? You have second, third, fourth, and then sixth. Like this could be part of like this represents sort of as your heart and what it wants. And then you have the swan, which represents as grace next to the magic of the unicorn, right? And it's funny, they're all sort of lined up together. The heart being face down to me feels like it's not that you don't have access to it. I feel like right now you've got other things you're dealing with first, that you're settling first before you start to bring forth the light of that heart now that you're in your new space, right? And then down here we have the believe in your dreams in your subconscious, but it's flipped over, which says to me, I feel like there's an organization that's taking place right now. I feel like she's standing up and taking care of stuff, getting things in order, getting the dream together, right? She's got to like sort of upright this dream catcher. You know the dream, you have the dream, you're working on the dream, you're sort of putting it together. You're using your intuition, you're using your emotions, and you're using your power center as your guide to kind of help you to, maybe organize a little bit or settle things in your life so that all of these sort of magical charms can start to come to work, right? So that this voice of spirit, the shamanic magic, and then the opening of your heart chakra can kind of happen, or the light of your heart can shine forward. We have the magic of the unicorn and then the grace of the swan, right? And going forward, I feel like also moving into the future, we have this solar plexus chakra where we're running our energy from that center in a very like kind of empowered and strong way. So I like that as sort of something that you're carrying forth, feeling like, what's the word that I want to use? Not empowered, but I mean, empowered's a good word, but this feels different to me. It feels like you're like in charge, or you're in control. But control's not a great word either. I guess empowered would be the best way to explain it. So to me, it feels like a good thing, right? It feels like you feel like you're running your energy in a productive way. Maybe productive is a good idea, like a good word. It's sort of like we're producing the results that we want in a fashion that is healthy and beneficial for ourselves through our solar plexus center. She says, I've come a long way from last year at this time. I bet you have. And that might be the eon. It might feel like it's been a fucking eon. And now you finally have arrived, right? Donna Grover, we're doing my Patreon subscribers tonight. So we will be giving away a free reading tonight by the grace of one of our Patreon subscribers. You can stay around for that if you want to be in the drawing for that and possibly get a free charming. If not, you can always buy a charming on a different night. We have charm nights where we sell charmings for $25 each. Or you can join the Patreon page and subscribe and get at the monthly subscription, and that gets you a free charming once a month. There's something about this Mary standing up too. Like, I feel like this is you standing in your power, Lisa. Like, I feel like this is you finally feeling like you're in control, like you're in charge, like you get to make the decisions. I like that she's standing up upright like that. And I feel like she's sort of looking towards the past, like almost like reflecting back and kind of going like, okay, I'm done with that chapter. Now let's clean up let's organize everything we've got going here and start to move forward in power. You're welcome, Donna. Like the business page and the Facebook page, and then that way you'll get notified when I do go live. On Tuesday nights, I do card pulls for free and things like that. It'll notify you when I go live if you follow my business page. And then that way, on nights when I do free events and stuff like that, tonight I'm just honoring the subscribers from Patreon. Or if anybody wants to jump in and buy a reading, they certainly can. All right, so does that make sense, Lisa? Jamie, Jamie, all you have to do is go to patreon.com and then you look up Engelgeist 333 and pick a subscription, dear. If you pick the $33.33 a month, which comes out to like $1 a day or something like that, then you get a free charming every month, plus you get extra readings that are only available over on Patreon. But you can also just join for $3.33 a month to get the daily forecast early. You're welcome, Lisa. Thank you. Do you need to take a picture of this charming, or do you want me to clear the board? Lisa, did you get a picture of the charming or not? I'm like, lady, hello. I need to know so I can know if I can charm, if I can clear the board. The next person's going to be Tracy Swinson, if Tracy's still with us. And then after that is Emily Williams. And then we're going to give away the free charming. And if Jen Nichols shows up, Jen is supposed to be here. I haven't seen Jen yet. Has anybody seen Jen Nichols yet? Because Jen was like the one that said, I want to collect my charming tonight. And I said, okay. So I signed on specifically for Jen, and then she didn't show up. She did get it? Okay, thank you, Ducky. Are you guys going to do a rockin' raffle tonight, Ducky? No? Okay. When are you doing them? What nights? Awesome, Tracy. So we're going to do you next for a general. So let me see. Thank you for that, Spirit. So for Tracy Swinson, General Charming, please. Okay, here is Tracy Swinson's. Only on Saturdays, Ducky? Sorry, it's out of focus. Saturdays and Sundays, okay. All right, so let's see. What does Tracy Swinson have going on? You have a lot of stuff going on in your immediate now. Let's just say that. You only have one letter, which is a D. Let me look at this for a minute. Okay, I'm going to say this, Tracy. I feel like your life is a little hectic right now. Like you have a lot going on. Even though we're on house arrest, like some of us might feel really bored or like with not enough to do. I feel like you have like almost too much to do. Like, I feel like you've got a lot of things on your plate. And it feels kind of emotional to me. There's like fighting, heartbreak, sadness. There might be you fighting with a partner or a significant other, or dealing with somebody that you maybe had a relationship with. Maybe they're not fully out of the picture. That's this man head right here. Does that make sense? She got the D. I know. I wish we'd all get the D. I could use some D. Let me tell you. Some vitamin D. I've been trying to get the D from somebody, but they won't give it to me. Bastards. The bastards. She got the D. All right, so let's look at this. Let's unpack this and see what we've got going on. Tracy, is that correct for you? Would you say that you've got a lot going on in the right now? Like, are you dealing with a lot, juggling a lot? Can you just give me a yes or a no, or am I wrong about that? Because this feels like a clusterfuck a little bit. Hey, Kelly Casey. Sorry, we didn't get a chance. Hold on, I gotta switch cameras really quick. Sorry we didn't get a chance to talk tonight. We can still do it later if you want. After I finish this, I'm gonna make some dinner and I'm happy to call you on Facebook Messenger then if you want to do that. She says, hell yeah. Okay, awesome. So, Facebook user... Nate is here. All right, so let's look at all of this. So I've got a broken heart here. I want to see what this word is. It's dream, and it's flipped over. This says, with an attitude of gratitude, your good can only increase. And I feel like, why do I feel annoyed? Like when I'm looking at all these charms, I feel like I'm pissed off. Like everybody needs to just behave themselves is how I feel. Tracy, I don't know if you have children or like a boyfriend that's gone rogue. And I don't mean rogue like bad rogue, but like he's doing shit that's pissing you off. But I just feel like this feels frustrated to me. This feels like, I mean, you're trying to have gratitude, like you're trying to remain balanced, but it feels a little bit like communication, arguing. We've got the boxing glove here. We've got the hardened heart over all of it, which means like some of your past stuff might be coming up. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. It's just, it's coming up. The fun charm is here, but it's turned over. Like, so to me, it feels like you're not even allowing yourself to have a lot of fun. And then I think this is Leo, is it not? Yes, this is the Leo charm, which says generous. Underneath here, we have the horse, which is personal power, and we have the lovers embraced underneath the sort of the hardened heart charm. So I feel like there's maybe a power struggle going on in a relationship. Would that be correct? Oh no, she said, Tracy said, hell yeah, Kelly Casey. So to me, this feels like there's a little bit of a power struggle or something going on in a relationship that's kind of bugging you right now. It doesn't feel super horrible to me, but it feels annoying as all get out. Yep, she says yep, and she's rolling her eyes. Thank you, Tracy. All right, so we're going to look at the other charms here. We've got the Mother Earth Turtle, which is beautiful, and I love that she's upright. This means that your position in the world is I feel like it's doing okay. It's not great, but it's like, it is upright, so that's good. And then we have, are you an essential worker, Tracy? Do you still work? You still have to go out in the world, I feel like? I don't know what you do for a living, but I feel like, I get this feeling that maybe you're not completely on house arrest. Like this Mother Earth Turtle makes me feel like you still have to go out into the world and deal with the world at times. And I feel like that relationship is actually kind of good, even though it maybe isn't comfortable for you. Like, you know, like nobody wants to be out there fucking dealing with the craziness of COVID-19. But something about this makes me feel like you might have to. And then we have this archangel here underneath here, kind of trying to watch over everything. Let me see who this is. Who is this? I can never read these damn things. I think this is the Archangel Raphael, which is the Archangel of Healing. So he's trying to heal sort of some of the stuff that's going on in your world. This here is Vishnu, which is basically like God. He's like the Indian version of God, and he's seated. But he's face down. And I don't think... It's not like he's not... I feel like... Like, what I want to say, Tracy, is I feel like you're not listening to your intuition. You are like something... Thank you, Destiny. They are better. Things are better. Thank you very much. I feel like there's something intuitively that you might not be... I don't want to say that you're not able to access it, but I'm feeling like you're not able to hear it because of all of the sort of stuff that's going on around. Right? There's so much sort of outside stuff going on. It's hard to maybe get into that internal voice. You're trying to remain grateful. You're trying to keep a positive attitude. You're trying to keep hold of your dreams and stuff like that. But it's really hard right now because there's a lot of things going on, and there's like people acting kind of wonky or weird or doing stupid shit that's annoying you, that's taking away your opportunity to have fun, that's taking away your opportunity to sort of just be at ease. We have the knowledge, the little owl, and he's flipped over too. And that's why I also feel like you're maybe not trusting your own intuition or your own knowing or what you know to be true. And then you have the bony fish here, which the bony fish to me is always about like getting the scraps, right? Like it's sort of not like we're not getting the best of what it is that we want. The bulldog is here, and he's one of my favorite charms. The bulldog speaks to loyalty. And like, I feel like you're a very loyal person, and that's maybe, I don't want to say part of the problem here, but that's why you're dealing with a lot of this stuff going on, is that you're noble and loyal and you're trying to do the right thing. When you step outside of this situation, you kind of have this idea of, okay, I know that I can like be the bigger person, or I can deal with this better. Is this exactly the same as your first charming? Are you serious, Tracy? This is what I'm feeling here. It's sort of like there's a lot going on. So what I want to do is I want to do a little charm magic really quick. I'm going to move these charms around to how I want to see them. Okay? Hey, Kelly, how are you? Kelly Barbecue and Fuego. I want to move them around and just sort of... So I'm going to take this, and I want to put this attitude of gratitude right here in the center. And I want to put the Archangel Raphael right here. And I want to put communication right at his feet so that he can heal any communication that you need healed. I want to take this boxing glove away and put it in the past. And I want to bring this fun charm and flip it over and put it right above you. I want to bring this Mother Earth charm here and ground you in it, in this attitude of gratitude where your place in the world is beautiful. And I'm going to take this broken heart charm and we're going to put that far away into the past. And I want to take this dream charm and I want to put it here. And I'm going to take the loyalty of the bulldog, the nobility of the bulldog, and I'm placing him right on this attitude of gratitude. I'm not sure what this Leo represents, so I'm going to move him out here. I don't think he's a bad thing, but whatever it is, I'm going to move it out of the way. And I want this knowledge up here, because I want you to be able to access that knowledge. You have actually really good charms here. I just feel like they're in little wonky places. And then I'm going to put Vishnu right here. And I want to put Vishnu above your hardened heart so that he can heal that heart for you while Raphael heals your communication. And then this couple that is like having coital bliss, I'm going to put this down here. And I want to put him underneath here because I have a feeling he needs to think about how good he's got it. I think he takes it for granted. That's my feeling. And I want to move this fish into the past. That's how and I want the sun charm to be over all of this. Leo also represents as the sun too, the energy of the sun. It's represented by the planet of the sun. So that could be that also that beautiful energy. But I feel like this is what we want. And we want the horse there too. That's your personal power. And that just sort of organizes it and gets it to a place where, yeah, it still is a little busy, but you're more empowered there. Let's create a little bit of space here amongst these charms just to give you some breathing room. Do you see what I'm saying? And the dream is going towards the future. And the bulldog and your loyalty is headed towards the future. And let's actually even bring your communication in direction of the future for better communication that's healed and ready for the future. You also have triple dolphins showing up. Does that make sense to you? So that's kind of where I think your charms want to be. That's how they feel more natural to me. And that's where I feel like I even want to move these off the board. These are unneeded. Like these are old. Like this fish is old, dead bones. We don't need to dig up anymore. This broken heart is an old memory that you keep returning to that you don't need. This fighting is like, yeah, you might need to fight, but you really don't like fighting. We don't want you fighting. Down here, what we do about this, that we can kind of put off until another day. Let him think about it. Let him understand what he's missing out on. Let the power of that love and that sexuality and whatever it is that you have with him, let him remember how good that is for you. Or for him. Because it is good. There was a point in time when it was good. So let him think about that. Let's move him even down here. Let him deal with that shit. And let's get all of your good charms in a good place where you're protected, loved, in gratitude, able to have fun, feeling energized, being able to dream, feeling your personal power, feeling the strength of your own heart, even though you've suffered heartache, and moving forward into the future with all the knowledge and wisdom and love that you need. And that you are noble and loving and loyal in a very profound and strong way. Now, if you want to take a picture, I know I fucked your whole charm board up, but actually this is like a little bit of what... Hold on, I'm going to switch cameras. This is a little bit about what I call charm magic. Like when you move the charms around, you actually create like a little spell. Because charms, to me, whenever they're on the board, it means that that energy is active, even if we're not activating it or connecting with it. So when I move charms around for people, it means that we're like shifting them and showing them what the possibility is for them to have with everything that they have in their space that they're kind of like, I don't know what to do with this. Oh my God, this is driving me crazy. Well, if we just move that over there and we stop paying attention to that and we kind of like relax about that and then we bring this part of ourselves forward, boom, it all lines up and then it's a different ball game. It's a different game board. Does that make sense? I'm going to go back to the charm board so you can take a picture of it. You're welcome, Tracy. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for subscribing and being a Patreon subscriber. And let me know, too, over this next month. Send me a message either via Patreon or via the business page on Facebook. Let me know if some of this stuff starts to even out and feel more easy. More breathing room. Let me know that you're able to be... Are you able to feel more gratitude? Are you able to feel more appreciative of yourself? Has this motherfucker started acting better? Like, let me know, because I'd be interested in knowing about that. Okay? I'm going to put all of these away. Okay, so that was my dear Tracy Swinson. The next person is, hey, Casey Ray, how are you, dear? And say no to the D, damn it. Whoever. Really? Who says no to the D ever? I mean, come on. Unless it's really bad D. I mean, even mediocre D, like I might even consider. Come on now. say no to the D. That is like some powerful magic if you can say no to the D, Ducky. All right, so let me see. My last charming before I give away a charming from Karen is for Emily Williams for a general charming. Tracy's laughing. Is Emily, yes to D. Exactly, Casey Ray. Hookers of the world unite, even if we don't make any money. That's how I feel. I'm sorry, I'm a spiritual person. God gave me this body. He gave me all the feelings up inside of it. He gave me all the parts that belong to it. He said, you could put this part with that part and feel like this and make a baby, or not. So I don't think that sexuality is a bad thing. I think sexuality is actually one of the few wonderful free pastimes that we can have. And it's not always free, let me tell you that. So, you know, sometimes emotionally it's not free, sometimes financially it's not free, but if you find the right person and it feels good, it could be a free form of entertainment. You could save on your HBO bill. Anyways. Alright, so... is that Nate that says fan of Dan? I think that Nate, you keep showing up as Facebook user. I don't know why that is. It's so weird. Don't deny the in it. Exactly. Destiny Smith throwing up eggplants. Totally. I think sex is too wonderful, especially if it's between somebody that you really like. I mean, it feels so good. Like, why hide it? Why pretend that you... I mean, that's the whole point of being in a physical... Not the whole point of being in a physical body, but that's one of the... To me, in my personal opinion, it's one of the amazing things about getting to be in a physical body is the experience of connectedness, not only emotionally and spiritually and physically, but like the physical sensation of being close to somebody intimately is amazing. I'm trying to make that shit happen, okay? All right, so... Oh, it's Marita. Hey, Marita. People are coming in and saying, like, their names are coming up as Facebook user lately. It's really strange. I don't know why. Nate showed up yesterday under Facebook user. Now Marita's showing up under Facebook user. It's, like, so weird. It doesn't show me your guys' names. I wonder why it does that. That's so strange. I don't know why it's doing that. All right, so Emily Williams, are you here, my dear? And then we're going to gift away. Is Karen still here? Is Karen Albano still here? Yes, it is a perk to being in the physical body, Kelly. I believe so. And I don't believe there should be any shame involved in it. And even people with kink. Like, if you're into a kinky whatever thing, that's your thing. Do your thing. As long as you're not harming yourself or anybody else, it's nobody's business what you do. Lord knows those Republicans, they up to some kinky ass shit. Dressing like babies and weird shit. None of my business. I don't need to know. And trust me, I signed into Grindr. I see these truckers with like bad wigs on and want to be called Lurleen and shit. I don't want to know. Yeah, more power to you. Go ahead, Lurleen. Even though you're a 300-pound man named Tiny. Go ahead. Do your thing. I don't care what bathroom you use. But they do some freaky shit. But I'm all for flying your freak flag, you know? Like, I'm like, whatever. I have my own freaky shit. And I told you, when we open the Sensual Goddess, I will tell you about my freakness. Where's the other one? The other one's over here, too. I've been dying to open these, and I just haven't gotten to it. It's still in its plastic, the Sensual Wicca Tarot. When I do unboxings for these, y'all better watch out. Because then when we'll have to have those lives be after, like, 10 p.m., it'll be like Showtime After Dark. I'll have to wear like a leotard and do workouts like aerobicize. And breathe. And 1, and 2. Alright. My dog is like, what are you doing? Hey, Laura Gibson! Laura, I'm doing my Patreon Charmings tonight if you want to get on the list. For my Patreon subscribers. Shut my donut hole, Dan, Sean Cyclone says. Wouldn't you like to glaze that donut hole, you little tramp? I know, Karen, I know. And I'm so glad that you bought me those decks. And I've been wanting to do it, but I want to do it on a night when I'm feeling really inspired and it's going to be a fun night for everybody and like offend the shit out of everybody. So, where is Marita and Fanny are dying laughing. I love it. So, Emily Williams, I need to do your charming if you're here, and Laura Gibson is here. Laura is also one of my newest Patreon subscribers. I love Laura. She's wonderful. Laura, do you want your April charming tonight? Because that's what I'm doing, is I'm trying to get all of the Patreon subscribers at the 3333 level charmed and done for April, because we don't have very many opportunities before April's over, and then you're going to be due for another one in May. Emily is here. Okay, great. You just tell me what you want your charming on. You're already on the list, Laura. I'll put you on the list right now. So you just give me a subject. I've got Emily. I'm going to do Emily's, and then you would be next, Laura, and then I'm going to gift away a free charming via Karen. Karen didn't use her charming for March, so she asked me if she could gift it to somebody. So I'm hoping that Karen's watching the room right now, and people are like, you know, kissing Karen's ass a little bit, and then maybe Karen will pick the winner. A 33 level, got it. So now I've got another Facebook user saying morning Dan. Who is that? That's somebody in Australia if they're saying morning. Why is it saying Facebook user? It's so confusing. All right, I'm going to go into doing... I've got like a Facebook user saying, please, please, Karen. Karen is amazing, but Karen can't tell who you are because it says Facebook user. Oh, is it Donna Deacon? Okay, so one Facebook user is Marita. One Facebook user is Donna Deacon-Housen, I think. And then Sean Cyclone's all like, oh, hey, Karen, how you doing? How you doing? Oh, all the attention's on Karen now. Oh, Karen, you might want to be working this. Marita says Karen is amazing. Karen is amazing, you guys. Oh, Fanny, Marita, have you guys done the pattern yet? I want Marita to do the pattern too, and then friend me on there because I want to see our compatibilities of what planets we have that are similar. So I know Fanny was going to look into, or Rose was going to look into the pattern. Now, I don't know if she actually did it, but if she did, I want to know. Friend me at Engelgeist 333 so we can compare and contrast where our connections are. The other one that I'm using too a lot is CoStar, which is really cool, but it's not as cool as the pattern. But CoStar is fun too. All right, so let's get into Emily's. Ducky's passes the devil's lettuce to Karen. Oh my god, you guys are horrid. All right, I'm going to switch cameras. The devil's lettuce. All right, so thank you for that. Let's do Emily Williams General. Laura, you'll be up next after Emily. All right, Emily, this is your charming, dear. Let me put up the chat box. I can't see what's going on. You all are probably like just beasting Karen right now. Poor Karen, she's gonna have to like sign off. Well, because I hate picking because everybody gets their feelings hurt. So it's like if Karen picks, it's her charming anyways. It was her idea, and maybe this will teach Karen not to bring this up. All right, let's see here. What do we have? We have Risen. Okay, so maybe somebody's gonna be. Oh, we have Verizon. Are you a Verizon user, Emily? Because Spirit doesn't spell very well. I will tell you that. So they might want you to check your phone bill, is what I'm thinking. Because you maybe forgot to pay, is what I'm thinking Spirit's trying to say here with Verizon. But I could be wrong. You may want to check that, though. If you are on Verizon, your bill might be due. Lesson learned, Karen says, LOL. So... So let me see here. Let me look at this. What's going on here for my dear Emily? First out of the gate, I want to say that knowledge is key for you right now. And this is the book underneath the key. There's like old wisdom that you're either bringing forward or you're about to bring forward. I feel like this feels really spiritual to me, Emily. I don't know why, but I'm getting this funky spiritual vibe off of these charms. Like, I don't know if you're meditating more right now or spending some like time together in contemplation, which obviously that's the case, right? With shelter in place. But to me, this feels like something's happening to you that's kind of profound spiritually. This says only you can give your special gift to the world. It's right next to the Merkaba, which is a definite sign of like sort of spiritual transportation. A Merkaba is like sort of how, when they used to meditate and stuff, I'm not exactly sure how Merkabas work, but they're strong spiritual symbols of how energy spins and travels us through, I believe, astrally, or what's the other form of travel? Like projecting ourselves to other areas or other worlds. So when we have this next to this really old key over the book, to me this feels like some real old ancient wisdom that is happening here. And this only you can give your special gift to the world charm. So there's something going on here knowledge-wise, like spiritually knowledge. How do I want to say this? I'm not making a lot of sense right now. Okay, hold on. Let me take a breath. There is something within you spiritually, knowledge-wise, that you need to bring into the world. And if you're not doing it already consciously, you are beginning to do that now. Okay? You have the crucifixion of the Christ here in the past, and underneath it is Santa Muerte, which she usually represents death. And to me, the crucifixion of the Christ laying on top of Santa Muerte says to me that there might be some spiritual beliefs or some religious beliefs that have been needed to be let go of. Or that's the sort of Santa Muerte aspect of all of this. There's also an equality between the masculine and the feminine of this, and the sort of the dying off of this. Does that make sense to you? I know that sounds really strange and vague, but I'm getting this sort of, I feel like Santa Muerte and Christ on the cross are feeling like both masculine, feminine energies, both representing death or a passing, both representing sort of religious practices that maybe are going towards the past. They're going away from you, or they're sort of being released, let go. Maybe old ways that you saw the world are being changed. New ways are coming in. New, deeper sort of understandings from within you. This is also the mood ring is here. That's why it makes me feel like it's from within you. Those things are starting to come forward in the present time now, and they're also coming from the higher mind. This is sort of this knowledge, and this key is up in the higher mind area, and it's dropping down into the present time world. So I would say that with this, if you are sheltered in place or whatever you're doing in this time, it's profoundly changing you in how you view the world, is how I want to describe this. Now, this says, it's a little long story, but I'm going to read it to you. This says, to get through the hardest journey and continue living, we need to take only one step at a time, but we must keep stepping. And that's the Chinese proverb. So what I feel like is sometimes this isn't always easy for you. It's like putting one foot in front of the other. This feels a little bit more in the past. So, and this also feels sort of like with this death or these releases here that these two charms represent, this letting go has not been easy, but it's like we're letting go and we're stepping forward. Okay? We have Mary here, and she's face down, upside down, but she's going down into the subconscious. So I feel like, I don't feel like her face down and being upside down is a bad thing. I feel like this is about feminine power and your subconscious. Let me just look at this for a minute. Like, I feel like there's something going on here about feminine spirituality and your subconscious that is opening the door for all of this to pour forth from your higher mind right now. I know that sounds weird. I don't know if that makes sense to you, Emily, but I feel like that is what is going on. This is also part of the past, too. Like, so to me, this feels like but it's sort of heading into the now, so it's like you're letting go of the last few subconscious footholds of like maybe what it means to be a woman, what it means to be a spiritual woman, what it means to be, you know, like certain things that maybe, I don't know if they limited you or didn't feel right to you, but whatever it is, I feel like they're being let go of too. They're being brought up and let go. Underneath this charm as we step forward is the wisdom charm. And again, we have that wisdom mirrored in this book, right? And this key. Then we have 3 chakra charms. So your energy centers are shifting and changing, I feel like. We have the root, we have the solar plexus, and we have the heart. Right now, I feel like the solar plexus is upside down, and the reason why I feel like this is upside down is because we are adjusting. There's like, I feel like there's an adjustment happening here with this new knowledge that's coming in, or with this new awareness that's coming in, this new sort of how we hold ourselves, how we hold our moods. It's, we're being careful about what we run through our solar plexus right now. And that's okay. I don't think that this is a bad thing. I feel like, to me, when I look at this or I touch on this, this feels like a conscious choice. It's not that you're not running energy through your solar plexus. It's just that you're choosing when to and how much to. You're almost like gaining mastery over it. Control is the wrong word, but it's like you're choosing when you're utilizing this. And then you're grounding a lot. And I think that grounding is really good because you're maybe shutting this not off, but turning it down, or not utilizing it as much as you normally would per se. And because of that, you're utilizing your grounding even more, but that's also making you almost stronger and allowing for this sort of higher knowledge to drop down in. If that makes any sense at all. I sound like I feel like a total cuckoo. Now, this heart charm is the heart chakra. This feels like it's more in the future, but it's like as we start to assimilate this knowledge and our moods start to get better and we start to rework from our solar plexus, we also start to like realize that we're raising up maybe out of the control of the solar plexus and into the fourth, into the energy of the heart from this new knowledge base, from this new sort of spiritual center. And we're able to move into the future, grounding ourselves with operating from a higher chakra, from a fourth centered space, right? So we're able to sort of, it's like I almost feel like we don't need to, control is the wrong word, but this is our energy center, right? This is where we sort of manifest and control, run our energy through. But I feel like you are figuring out that you can do this from here now. And you're starting to live more from a heart-centered space. And that leads me to this baby. And this baby feels like you being reborn in this new heart-centered space with this new set of knowledge, this new set of awareness. Down here we have the symbol for Scorpio. I believe this is the symbol for Scorpio. Let me just double check that. I want to make sure. I think it is. Let me just see. Symbol for Scorpio, please. I'm pretty sure it is, but I don't want to give you the wrong information. Yes, it is. And the interesting thing about this being the symbol of Scorpio, down in your subconscious, we have Scorpio rules sex, death, and regeneration. We have death here for sure. This is even a little death in some way. And I don't mean death in a bad way. What I mean is this is like sort of like the passing of something that no longer serves us. And this is the regeneration of something that is new and different to us, but it's bringing us to this place of regeneration through the heart chakra and through the rebirth of who we are in our higher mind. We're going to be sort of looking at things from a more, I don't want to say naive, but a more open, almost like, oh, sorry, it's going out of focus, almost like fresh perspective, like that of a baby, or that of a, like the world becomes new again. Does that make sense, Emily? She says, no, this makes a lot of sense. Okay, because it really, that's what I feel like is going on here. I feel like you're shifting your energetic being is what it feels like to me in some weird way. And I don't mean weird in a bad way. What I mean is it's just not normally how I see the charms. This Merkaba in the middle of it all too is also energetic. And these chakras are like requiring you to sort of choose when to use your third, grounding in your first, so that you can continue to live more fully from your fourth going into the future. That's really what I see here. And this Scorpio energy is about like sex, death, and regeneration. The sex part isn't so important as much as like the death, the cutting off, the releasing, and the regenerating of new, and the birth, which would be a byproduct of sex in a way, would be this new almost way of relating to the world. Yes, the baby is even head down for birth. What do you mean? Oh, like for being reborn. Hey, Elsie Daniels, how are you? Thank you for joining the channel. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Please hit the, what is it that, I'm so not good at this. Please hit the notification bell so you get notified when I go live on live events, dear. So does that make sense, my dear? And I would check your phone bill because Verizon's calling. Do you have Verizon by any chance? I just want to know, Emily, just for a little bit of humor. Do you have Verizon? Is that your carrier? I'm just wondering if this is... if she has Verizon as a carrier, I'm going to die. Because this would be the way that Spirit would spell Verizon. If she's like, well, yes, actually, I did just switch over to Verizon. You were lying. Let me ask, are you happy with your Verizon or do you need to switch it? Have you been thinking about switching it? Oh my god, that's too funny. I was just kidding, but I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my god, that's funny. Oh, let me go back to that camera. Sorry. Oh my god. I don't know. I would check your phone bill. Maybe there's some money to be saved there. Maybe Spirit wants you to... It said Horizon on the auto captions. It could be New Horizons. This is true. It could be New Horizons for her because I see new changes happening for her in very profound ways of who she is. Like, to me, when I'm looking at these charms, to be honest, when I look at these charms, this is about vibrational change in who she is and how she operates. In which chakra she, like, sort of relies upon more so than others going into the future. That's this heart chakra, that's this Merkaba, that's these chakras here, that's this only you have this special gift to give to the world, the knowledge, the old key. All of this says to me that this is about her shifting her game up into maybe a new horizon, right? A new shift or change into how she sees the world, how she relates to the world. She might have to grow with that, like this baby in a way, right? Like sort of readapt herself to this new world, but we're all going to have to do that in some way, shape, or form once this is all said and done. Yes, Marita, yes. Oh, I live for that. Marita just said it. Maybe it's Spirit saying, "Can you hear me now?" Oh, I live. That is perfect. Did you get that, Emily? I don't know if you saw that, but Marita just said, maybe it is Spirit saying, "Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?" That's beautiful. And you guys, it is 42222, which is 444 today. Think about that. It's 22 is a 4, and then 2020, when you drop the zeros, is 22 again, which is another 4. So we got happy 444 day to all of you. I love that just came out. I love that. Can you hear me now? Oh my God, cold as fire, hot as ice, Tarot. I love it. I love your name, cold as fire, hot as ice, Tarot. Please subscribe to the channel, you guys. I need more YouTube subscribers. I'm trying to figure out YouTube, and it's hard. I love the platform, but I don't know how to get more subscribers. I'm such a ding-dong. All right, so I love it too, Emily. I think that's perfect. Verizon, Spirit saying, can you hear me now? Because this is about you vibrationally changing. You are shifting your vibration. Like, it's no longer about controlling from a place of maybe fear or worry and anxiety. You're grounding more, and you're going to start operating from your heart more. Oh, thank you. Thank you for watching me all the time. I will go back and subscribe to your channel too, Cold as Fire. All right. So, I'm going to clear this. Emily, do you want to take a picture of this? And then Laura, I need to know. 444 boils down to a 3. Well, is that right? 4, 4, and 4 is 12, which is a 3, exactly. Yes, Ducky says, Ducky, she says, like, share, subscribe, and pound that tab. I don't know what tab she's talking about, bitch. I haven't drank tab since the 70s, but she wants you to pound that tab. Hit the like button, yes, please. If you guys have enjoyed this broadcast, please hit the like button. We are going to do Laura's next, and then I've got to figure out who has harassed Karen and as much as possible to get Karen's free charming tonight. So let's get on to Laura Gibson. Thank you so much, Emily. It was actually really cool reading this because I've never seen something like this before in my charms. So it was really cool to see this kind of vibrational shift and change that's happening. Keep in touch with me and let me know what is happening and how this sort of plays out, or where this plays out, because I would love to know. I really see this like evolution happening with your chakras and your energy system and your knowledge base, your spiritual higher mind knowledge base that's propelling you forward. All right, I'm going to close this down. Thank you very much, Spirit, for that. That was beautiful. So, Miss Laura Gibson, are you still with us? Laura is also one of my Realm of the Seraphim subscribers over at Patreon. So they get their Seraphim charmings tonight. Let me just turn the camera off on me for a minute because it's all about me. Ducky, are you putting that for Laura? Because I'm not. Is that dot for Laura? Because I'm not seeing anything from Laura in front of that. I'm seeing Emily. Because Duck normally puts a period to let me know. Oh, there she is. All right, yes, whatever the charms have to say would be great. Okay, perfect. So we're going to do Laura's right now. Let me switch cameras again. All right, so Miss Laura Gibson. Marita says I'm on fire today. Thank you, Marita. Let's see what Laura has. Okay, Laura, let's pull out your words. Use your words, people. Use your words. So VEDN. Well, I see Eden. Why do I want to say endeavor? But that's not right. It makes me feel like endeavor, though. But that's not right. So those are the words, those are the letters that you have. So let me look at the charms really quick here. Okay. So the first thing that pulls my eye, Laura, is we have Krishna here. And Krishna is playing the flute. And the reason why I included this ivory carving of Krishna playing the flute is because Krishna used to play the flute to... My understanding is Krishna used to play the flute to sort of romance the ladies. And so when I look at him, he represents sort of romance in a way, right? But he is sort of in the center of everything, and he is upside down. And without divulging too much or getting too personal with you, you and I have discussed things, because I know you because you're a friend of mine, but I think that this is a friend of yours. And I think that you know which friend I'm talking about, so I'm going to leave that at that. I think that he's sort of in the center of things right now, upside down, kind of. Maybe there's a little bit of topsy-turviness around that. Not topsy-turviness, but like there's a question around that. There's a I'm not really sure what that's all about kind of feeling to this. And I feel like I'm not even sure that Krishna, this charm, is sure about what it's about, if that makes sense. That's why it's upside down. It's next to the black jaguar, which is, to me, that shamanic magic energy. But the jaguar is sort of face down. And to me, this feels like you and your power. And this lizard is the dreaming, right? Which is also your power, right? And both are face down. And the home, the Monopoly house, is sort of tilted over right now. Let me look at this for a minute. This says a wonderful journey is ahead. This says serenity. And this says act as if you have... It's scraped off, but I think it says act as if you have almost become the person you want to be. I'm going to say this, Laura. When I look at all of this, 4s are about stability, right? And this white stability, this white to me feels like the white of spirit and about being stable in spirit. I feel like you are stable in spirit. I feel like serenity might be a little bit not necessarily unavailable to you, but I feel like you might be challenged with your serenity right now, only because I feel like there's something about this situation here that has everything else kind of thrown off. I almost feel like I hear him giggling in a way. Not in a bad way, but sort of like, hold on, I want to take him out for a second. When I take him out and then I flip these over, we have serenity, we have act as if you are the person that you want to be, or that you have almost become the person that you want to be. And then we have the house here, the lizard for dreaming, the jaguar for shamanic strength. We have this basis of stability in sort of that of the spirit. We even have the crab, which to me represents sort of, it can be not only like moods and things like that, but it can also be the symbol for Cancer. But it can also be sort of, to me, the symbol of like, I don't know, I associate sometimes the crab with the moon too. And then this says a wonderful journey is ahead. And I feel like all of these charms are here for you. All of these charms are in your life. And all of these charms are available to you. Even this black singular charm, to me, speaks to the idea of sort of being grounded in who you are as that single dice, right? It speaks to being sort of grounded and aware of who you are, what you dream, what you want, what you can create through your own magic, through your own serenity, all of your peace. But for some reason, I feel like this charm in here like this runs amok on everything. Yes, take him out, she says. But do you see what I'm saying? Like, to me, I feel like that's what's going on here. It's like, this is what you have going on around you, which is all good and beneficial. But when we put the focus on him in the center, this falls over, this, everything flips over and goes wonk. And we lose sort of sight. When we're trying, this is it. When we're trying to figure out what he's up to, which this bitch doesn't even know what he's up to. Excuse me for being that blunt. But I feel like him being upside down says to me, he doesn't even know what he is doing. He doesn't even understand like sort of what he wants or the impact of what he's doing or any of that. He's trying to, yes, this is sort of the romance or the Krishna that's trying to grab onto that that sort of nostalgia, that romance, whatever. But to me, it's like that ship has passed. And so when you give focus to that, then your journey gets kind of put on hold or stop, and your serenity, the things that you have about you that I know you to be personally, because when I talk to you, you bring me serenity, you bring me sort of peace and stability and those sort of things, right? That I think that you can easily give to yourself, but I feel like when he's in the middle, it's like we're not able. So as much as this situation, and this is the thing, when I want to look at this charm is on this beautiful ivory, right? It's this beautiful ivory carving. This was a time that was special. This was a time that was beautiful. This was a time that was charming and filled with like probably good moments or things that were like, that we reflect upon and want to keep sort of cherished in a way. I mean, and I believe that he cherishes them also, right? But when he shows up in here, it's like that the past that he represents kind of affects the now that exists. Casey Ray says he's busy getting that romance on. I don't even think that he's getting romance on. I think that what it is, to me, is it just sort of feels like there's a nostalgia to this charm. There's a beauty to this charm. There's a period of time that this was something that was special. And sort of trying to relive that isn't necessarily conducive to what's going on in the now, which there's all of these powerful, wonderful charms in the now that are good, that we want to focus on. And we want to like kind of, we can acknowledge him, but like I almost want to take him, go like this, and then put him over here. Kind of behind the subconscious, like sort of between the subconscious and the conscious mind in the background. Upright, remembering, you know, sort of like, I want to say like honoring that time or that person with love and grace and uprighting them and saying thank you so very much, which I think you do that already, Laura. But I think that when we do this with the charm, it then allows these charms to kind of come together. And I feel like this is sort of like the power of the moon, the power of the wonderful journey that's ahead, the strength of the jaguar, the power, the stability of spirit, the beauty and strength of your home life that you've created for yourself, the ability to dream. All of this sort of comes together and becomes this kind of wonderful opportunity to not only experience serenity and a wonderful journey, but also to grow yourself in a way and experience yourself in ways that, I mean, you and I talk about our work, right? The different things that we're trying to do or learn, and how we sort of question, am I good enough? Am I really... I'm not going to get into specifics because this is a public reading, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Where we say, oh, well, I don't know if I can do that. Or when I say it myself to you. But this, to me, this charm here says, act as if you have almost become the person you want to be. Meaning, that thing that you want to do, pretend that you're already doing it. If it feels like an act, that's okay. Just do it. Because this black one, to me, says that in the future, you will be grounded in exactly what that is. In the depth of the reality of that. That's the darkness of this die, right? That's the reality of this die is, to me, this is about making it real, whole, sort of like really truly owning it from a singular space of you. And this is in your present time space, right? This is the present time space in the center here. So this is in the future. So we might have to act as if a little bit, but we're not really acting. We're learning is what's happening here. And as we learn, which we have all of the skills and the peace and the serenity, the stability, the connection to spirit, all of those things to teach ourselves and move forward, we're going to find ourselves at some point going like, oh shit, I actually am that person. Or, oh shit, I actually am that thing that I didn't think I was. Fake it till you make it, exactly. Cold as fire, hot as ice. So does that make sense, Laura? She says, you are the second person to tell me this today. I like that this is here. This says to me that there is a sentiment and a nostalgia, and there is a romance to this period, but this period is past. And I feel like I feel like this is more them than you. I just feel like they're not even really clear on what they're maybe digging up for you. And I think that their unclarity, I don't even know if that's a word, but their inability to be clear on why they're doing what they're doing is making you sort of unclear on what you were doing present before they showed up. Does that make sense? And so to get you back to your present and your journey and what you're doing, you need to sort of say, okay, that's great. That's lovely. I love you. That's a wonderful time. That I get the nostalgia. I remember the beauty of it all. Remember it for what it is, and then let that music sort of fade. Do you want to take a picture of this? Sometimes people take a picture of these if they want to look back and remember them. If not, I can just clear the board. I heard him sort of giggling, like I sort of feel like, he's charming. But I also feel like he's giggling because he doesn't really know exactly what he wants. He remembers the beauty and the nostalgia, and he remembers the good of it, and he's wanting that back, but it's not. So you're good, I can clear, yes. I'm going to start clearing then. All right, Karen, Miss Karen Albano. Have we picked a winner, my dear? Have you picked a winner? See ya. Bye, dude. There, I just pushed the charms over him. He's gone. Long gone. Oh, you did get the pick. Okay, good. Thank you. I'm sorry if I cleared it too early. Thank you for doing that, Laura. I'm glad you got in. Laura is one of my newest subscribers over at Patreon, which I really appreciate her. I would tell you all what Laura does, but she doesn't want me to tell you yet. But at some point I am going to tell you all, and you all are going to hunt her down. Don't freak out, Laura. You picked Alcy? Okay, perfect. So Alcy, are you still here? Oh, Karen, are you watching from YouTube? You probably couldn't see everybody's Facebook comments. There were so many people commenting on Facebook. I love you too, Laura. You know that. Alcy's here. All right, Alcy, perfect. I love that we're giving it to a YouTuber too, because we haven't had any YouTubers, I don't think. I think everybody tonight was on Facebook. So, Alcy Daniels, you just give me a topic that you want me to charm on. If you don't have a specific topic, you tell me general, and then I'll just give you a general charming of what I see. And then afterwards, I think really quick, guys, because tonight is the new moon, we're going to pull another Moonology card tonight for the group. I want to do that because they're on my desk, and I think tonight is the Taurus new moon, so in honor of that, we will pull a Moonology card, so stick around for that. And let's get to what Alcy needs in her charming. That bitch. Are you talking about Karen, Sean? Jen Nichols is here. Jen! Do you want your charming? You just showed up. Girl, I got on for you, and now you come walking in the door. Alcy Daniels wants general. Jen, do you still want your charming? Alcy. Oh, Alcy, you're calling Alcy a bitch. Alright, so Jen Nichols, you'll go after Alcy if you want your charming. And then that will have all of my Seraphim people done for April. That will be beautiful. Alright, so let me do Alcy's really quick, and then I'll do Jen Nichols. And then we'll do a Moonology card. Alright, so let me see. What does Alcy Daniels need to know? Okay, what's going on with Alcy? Let's see. A, I, E. Oh my god, we almost had your name. We're just missing a C. Damn it! We would have had your name. Oh, that would have been cool. Oh wait, there's a letter down here. If it's a C, guys. If it's a C, I will shit my pants. Oh, it's a D! So close. But you know what? Spirit's not a very good speller. So I'm going to take that as they're trying to spell your name. Maybe I'm wrong. Or they're trying to spell ladle. I don't know. Or lady. Really poorly. L-A-D-I-E. Wait, is that right? Lady? That's not how you spell lady. But anyways, I'm going to say that they were trying to spell Alcy and they couldn't get a C in my hand. Alright. So anyways. Facebook user, I can't tell who you are, honey. Somebody who's asking, hi, can I be added, please? It's telling me in my chat that your name is Facebook user. So I'm not sure who you are. You're saying, hi, can I be added, please? Hey, lady! Exactly, Andrea. Hey, lady. All right, so let's look at what Alcy's got going on here. So, Alcy, you've been dealing with some bullshit. First off, you got the rubber snake up here in the past, so we're going to, talk about that for a minute. And it's required some faith for you to deal with them because you have the faith charm laying on their tail. You've had to, get rid of them. I feel like this is somebody in the past that was not giving you a good time. Or, I don't know if this was a relationship or a coworker, but whatever it was, you needed to be free of this fool. Because it feels to me, rubber snake is always that kind of pain in the ass. They can't really hurt you. They just give you headaches, right? They annoy the shit out of you. So your faith is stronger than this rubber snake, is what it feels like to me. And your faith got you through dealing with this relationship, if this was a relationship, but it's now over or ending, okay? This world here to me feels like there's possibility for travel if you haven't already traveled or moved recently. I don't know if you're planning a move, and I'm not talking about to another country. I just feel like this feels more like a move to me. When I look at this, I feel like she's either moved, or she's planning a move, she wants to move. And I'm not saying, like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be a foreign country. It just feels like this is this idea. And we have this faith also touching it. It feels like you're trying to keep faith that you're moving. Maybe it's just a mental move, right? In the sense that we're moving on to different things, newer pastures, greater ideas. You have the sun charm here. This is the sun, which that's energizing. That is also feels like it's sort of helping to move you forward and keeping you positive after whatever it is that you've just been through that was kind of a big pain in the ass. Let me see what this is. This is believe in your dreams, okay? I feel like this is flipped over because maybe you might feel a little stuck right now, but that's okay. Your faith in this sun, this energy of this sun is going to get you to where you want to go. Wherever you are right now, you don't want to be is the feeling. That's why I feel like you need to move or you need to get, I don't know if it's a mental move or if it's an actual literal physical move, you need to move the house from the house that you're in or whatever, but I feel like you need to believe in that. Right now, you may not feel that way because we're in the midst of this pandemic and you're feeling a little bit stuck, but it's going to happen is my feeling with these three charms around it. You've just got to start to believe in those dreams. Utilize the energy of the sun and the strength of your faith, which got you through this bullshit deal. Utilize it to move you forward, okay? Now, moving forward. A lot of your shit is in the future too, Alcy. I have to say, this is the future for you. And so your future is real busy. Right now, your past was a little bit busy, but right now you're sort of slowly working your way through your present. You have the Sacred Heart up here. To me, this is your heart, but I feel like you're hiding it a little bit. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think the reason why it's flipped over is because you dealt with this rubber snake back here. I have a feeling this is an ex of some sort that maybe hurt you. And it required you some faith to either walk away or separate yourself. But this is sort of, to me, it doesn't feel like you've lost your heart. It feels like you're putting your heart on hold or protecting it right now, going into the future. The 5, to me, I'm not really sure. What is 5s generally represent change, like in the tarot. So this could be major change. Again, countering back to this idea of this move. There's some changes that need to take place. And I feel like once these changes start to take place, that's when all of this shit starts to kick off. Okay? You have the symbol for Sagittarius up here. I'm not sure what that means. Oh my God, Alcy says, wow, trying to get moved to a new house, but having Many bumps in the road. Don't worry, dear. You will get there. I feel like you are going to get there. This 5 here, I want you to understand this 5 is sort of a symbol for change, and it's going into the future. So you've just got to give it some time. And these are maybe the bumps. 5s are not always easy transitions, but this 5 is meaning that change will take place, okay? You have the Sagittarius charm, which to me feels like the energy of fire. Sagittarius, it's also that arrow, the archer, you know, shooting the arrow, hitting your mark. It could have that sort of a representation, but this is something that's happening in the future. You have everything is okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end, girl, okay? So you gotta stop tripping and don't worry about like the bumps in the road right now. Everything will be okay in the end. And like it says, if it's not okay, you haven't reached the end. Don't give up, okay? I'm sorry that the camera keeps going. I wish the camera would stop autofocusing. All right. The next charm here is a wonderful journey is ahead, and this is upright. So this future for you is about even more change as you move forward into the future. And then underneath that, we have strength. But the strength is turned over, right? And the reason why it's turned over to me in my mind is that you haven't quite gotten there yet. So you're not sure exactly how much strength you're going to need or how much it's going to require of you. But you're going to need that strength. And this is going to be subconscious strength. Strength from your inner, deeper mind. There's going to be times where you're going to be challenged. But here's the thing, Alcy. You have faith back here, girl. You know, I hope you're a girl. I don't know. You might be a man. But you have this strength of faith. And this is the strength here. So in the subconscious mind, to me, this speaks to calling back on that faith that's gotten you out of other sticky situations in your life and brought you this far. You're going to need it in the future too. And then down here in the very bottom, you have this dice that says, oh, please. Oh, please. And for some reason, I like this dice down here. To me, it feels like you're not taking things too seriously. And I mean that in the best way, like in a good way. This is about you being like, if somebody gives you trouble, you being like, oh, please, like, just move on. I don't need any of that shit. I've dealt with way too much already. I'm already done. I'm in my new home. I'm happy. I'm experiencing a new journey. Things are coming together. Things are good, right? And so to me, this oh please being way down at the bottom to me says, not only is she not going to sweat the small stuff, she's also going to like kind of laugh it off or you know, almost not roll your eyes in annoyance, but just roll your eyes in this sort of like, oh please, girl, please, like take it somewhere else is the feeling I get. And that's because of this strength and the journey. The things that are happening for you are going to be enjoyable. They're going to be a little challenging. Like this, everything is okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. It says it's not going to be always easy, but it's going to be okay in the end. And you have to trust that. And you have to enjoy the journey as you go, right? Enjoy every part of everything that you're experiencing right now. If you're having bumps in the road, enjoy those bumps as best you can. That's this believe in your dreams, right? Flip that over and believe in the fact that these bumps are happening. Maybe they're putting things on pause for a moment, but that doesn't mean that the game is ended. Keep that faith about you. Keep that strength about you. And keep moving forward. You can do this. Oh, your husband was a Sag. He's up in the higher mind too. And you said he passed away 3 years ago. I'm sorry to hear that, Alcy. But you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if this is not his energy looking over all of this right now. For your future, my dear. When you say that he passed 3 years ago and this is the symbol for Sagittarius, he is looking over all of this wonderful journey that you have ahead of you. Hey, Facebook user. Somebody keeps saying, oh, okay, I see. Thanks, guys. I see you as Facebook user. I'm sorry I can't acknowledge you. I'm not sure what your name is. I do see your comments, though. I'm sorry for your loss, Alcy, but I want to say this. This charm up here says to me, oh, sorry, it went out of focus. This charm says to me that he is still around you. He still loves you. He cares about you deeply. He wants to see you through this. He's trying to help you. That might also explain why this heart was turned over a little bit, Alcy. Let this heart open up again. You have a good heart. You have strong faith. He's definitely around. He's up there, my dear. He's sitting up there in your higher mind. And he's in your higher mind. He's going with you into the future. And I imagine you can actually have conversations with him now if you'd like through meditation or through contemplation. If you sort of asked him to show up. Or, he'd probably show up to you through music, through different signs or symbols. You might even actually hear him respond to you in your mind, girl. Oh, hey, Sammy. I'm sorry. I just see your name as Facebook user. I don't know why it's been doing that the last 3 days. It helps if you put your name up. Yeah, Samira, I remember you, Sammy. No, it's not your fault. It's been happening Sammy Albreyer. Yes, I remember you. It says for some reason above you, Facebook user. So what people have been doing, even one of my good friends, Marita, who I'm friends with on Facebook, we're actually connected. Hers is also doing the same thing. It says Facebook user. So what she's been doing, or he's been doing, is putting Marita dash and then whatever they want to say. Sorry, Marita. I should use better pronouns. I forget. I'm sorry about that. We need that. Marita, can you please have a pronoun conversation with me at some point, just so that I'm doing the right thing? Because I need to be educated too, my dear. I mean, seriously. Just because I want to do the right thing and say the right thing. Offline. You can just send me a message and say, these are my pronouns, please. I know it's them, they, but I forget, and I don't want to disrespect in that way. You worked hard to get, we both, I want to honor you. You can't see them either, Sean? Sammy, I'm actually getting ready to wind up right now, but I will do another one of these on Sunday. So if you would like to get one on Sunday, you could get a charming on Sunday. I've done quite a few at this point. I'm going to do one for Jen Nichols, because Jen is, what tonight was for my Patreon subscribers at the highest level. They get a free charming every month, and because we're at the close end of the month, this night was supposed to try and get all of their charmings done. This was a gift charming to Alcy from one of my Patreon subscribers. My subscriber Karen gifted a free, she forgot to get her reading in March, so she asked me if she could gift her March reading to somebody new. So we did a charming for Alcy. You can't wait until Sunday. I have dishes. Wait, that's a joke about something. I remember something about dishes. Yeah, come back on Sunday. You're more than welcome. And if you want to pre-reserve, Sammy, you can always just send the money over, and then that way I start a list for Sunday, and you're on the list and reserved so that you're guaranteed a charming. And just, if you do, send, hold on, let me get my link. Here's my Linktree link. If you utilize this link, You can send over payment for a charming, $25. You put charming Sammy Albrier, and then put whatever the subject you want it to be. If you want love, career, you know, whatever, so that I know what the subject matter is. And then I'll put you on the list, and it will go in the order of the reservation, so to speak. And it will be for Sunday night, probably around 6-ish. 6 or 6:30 I'll sign on. Oh, I don't give away free charmings, dear. I do free cards on Tuesday nights. Hey, Barb Higgins, how are you? I can't tell who's writing what because everybody is Facebook user. I think, oh, Dan, you are cracking me up today might be Marita, but I'm not sure. And then I just got paid one 2 weeks ago. That's Sammy, I believe. Everybody's listed as Facebook user. Well worth the paid charming. I think that's Sammy. I hope that's Sammy. I see Barb. What exactly is a charming? Never heard of this. Barb, a charming is when... Well, I'm going to do one in just one moment. You can watch and you'll see, Barb. It's Rose... Wait, Facebook user, it's Rose. Rose who? Dudley CST. Oh, it's Rose. Rose. Okay, I'm confused. I was like, I get it now. Okay, it's Rose. Marita's partner. I get it. Okay, I'm confused. All right, yes. So... It's a good... Let me just say this. And I'm not even that pretty, but it's a good thing I'm pretty. Because I sure ain't smart. Oh my god. No, it's just so many people have Facebook user as their name. I'm like, who's who in the zoo here? I can't tell. It's like... I feel like I'm in the Stepford Wives. Alright, so... Is Jen Nichols still here? Miss Jen Nichols. Did she leave? Tell me she didn't leave. She's got a lot of kids, so she might have had to leave. Freaking excuse me? I still come as me. Yes, you do, Kelly. Andrews. So I'm waiting on Jen Nichols. If she's here, I can do a charming and Barb can see what a charming is. Basically, Barb, what they do is they ask a question, or like not a question. You can ask a question or give me a subject matter. And then I dig around in my box, as one tends to do. And whenever I feel like it's time to pull my hand out of my box, which one tends not to do very often, I drop the charms on the board, and then where they land and how they land tells a story, and I talk about it. And it's like a reading that way. It's sort of like the old throwing of the bones, if that makes any sense. Facebook user says, I'm here, I have no questions. You also have no identity. You're Facebook user. I have no idea who these people are. Andrew Giordano, LOL times 2. You like that? All that box talk? I got a dirty mind. I can't help it. I'm a Pisces. We have crazy, dirty imaginations. I don't try and hide it. I think so, Alcy, really quick. Alcy, did you get a picture of your charming before I clear the board? Miss Alcy Daniels? Because I can put the camera back on. I think Jen Nichols disappeared. I think she left. It's a form of divination. You did. Okay, I'm going to clear the board then. Thank you, Alcy. I hope you enjoyed it, dear. And welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe. I need subscriptions. Or share my videos out, or tell your friends on YouTube about me. Have them come and see me. Casey Ray says, I'm a Sagittarius and I've been a vibrant sexual nut house of a freak lately too. I want to get freaky with a Sagittarius, but they're far away. It sucks. Get your hand back in that box. I'm putting it in this box now. I don't see not Lisa, Jen Nichols. So I am going to go about doing the Moonology card. I think Jen might have gotten busy. I'm wondering. Does anybody see Duck? Is Jen Nichols around? Ducky, do you see if Jen Nichols is in the room? I just don't want to stop everything because she did ask to do her charming tonight, but I know she gets busy. She has like 4 kids. She's got a lot on her plate. And I know I'll see her anyways because she's paid for a private reading, so I can always do it for her then. It's not like the end of the world, but if I could get them all knocked out, I would. I would love to get a Sag in the sack. I actually dated a Sag a long time ago, but we'll see. That's so far off. It's probably not ever going to happen. I don't know. I give up hope. I'm going to have to fuck somebody soon because my hormones are raging. I hate to say it. I hate to say it. Is that you, Jen? Are you the Facebook user with the purple hearts? It's okay, skip me? Jen, is that you? Because you were showing up as Jen Nichols. Now I see the purple hearts. That makes me think it's you. Wait, you're not answering me. I see purple hearts. Is that Jen Nichols? It is her. All right, Jen Nichols, you get your charming. So what's the sun? Why did she lose her name? She had her name when she first came in the room. All right, so Jen Nichols, purple hearts are her trademark. That's how I knew it was her. Jen Nichols, what do you want your subject to be? That's so weird. She came in, she had her name, and she lost it. It's as if Facebook stripped her of her identity. Look at this hair. What is going on? Oh my god, quarantine haircut. I had to shave the sides of my head, and I don't know that I did a very good job. Alright. Past life, I want to see what kind of adventures I've been on. Okay, let's see. Let's do a past life for Jen Nichols. Past life for Facebook user. Let me switch cameras. It might be my restream chat. I don't know why, but it keeps showing me people as Facebook users. It's really weird. Okay. So we have a PEN MNDE and X. All right, I'm going to say this. Can you put these letters in, Duck? PENMNDXE. I feel like this is India. I feel like you were a man. And I feel like you weren't a very good man, Jen. I feel like you were a little bit of a mess. I feel like you might have been sort of alcoholic. You have the cocktail here next to the lizard, which is the dreaming, and I feel like you couldn't necessarily get your dreams to work because of the alcoholism. I also feel like this baby makes me feel like you might have been a slave trader of some sort in India. Like, I feel like you were selling babies in India. That's why I was like, she's not a very nice person. And this is the crown chakra, which is your knowing, which is totally turned over, and I feel like you had to shut that all off. The grounding chakra is here and is shut off, it feels like you sort of like weren't very, you couldn't even like deal with who you were or like what you had to do to survive. I think you sort of didn't, let me look at this for a minute. You have Saint Teresa of Avila here. She's like the little rose. She's the granter of wishes. But to me, when I'm looking at this, it feels like this was like your wishes and prayers and hopes and all of that. Your dreams were all tied up that you couldn't actually accomplish them because this you didn't know them to be true. There was some guilt around this baby trading, I feel like. I don't know why I see baby trading. And then this liquor. And then you also have this proclivity for sex, too, which was like extramarital sex. I feel like maybe you weren't necessarily married or were unable to get married because of like the work you did. Maybe people looked down upon you, but it made you money. That's sort of this crystal here. To me, this feels like a diamond as I'm looking at it. Like I feel like you weren't necessarily poor by any means. And I know this is a clear quartz crystal, but to me it feels like a diamond. Like it's like giving me that sort of diamond thing where I feel like your level of your caste level or your, you know, like where you were kind of like in the lower caste of people, right? But you were high up amongst them. I feel like this guy down here is what sort of makes me go to India and also tells me that you were male right out of the gate. And even though this is a meditating sort of position, I don't feel like you were very spiritual or meditating in this life. That this no chance tells me that too. Like no chance of this, like you kind of also didn't stand a chance of balancing out this life, if that makes sense. I feel like you were involved in stuff like booze and sex and things that were like sort of not necessarily societal norms or like looked upon gracefully in a way. I get a feeling that you were kind of, and then the dog is under here, and usually the dog means loyalty, but I kind of feel like you were a dog, like in the sense that you might have been very sort of like dating a lot of different women. I feel like these women would bring you their children. This is weird. And this rose, this Saint Teresa of Avila here says to me like you had a conscience. You also have the guardian angel charm here upside down, underneath the crab, right? It's here too. So it says to me that you had an awareness, you had a conscience, but it's like I feel like you kind of couldn't allow yourself to sort of acknowledge those things. You might have even been religious in this life, whatever the religion was at the time. You might have actually considered yourself a religious person, but you weren't able to necessarily like walk into the church. Like even though, like I feel like you were powerful amongst your part of the community, but there was other parts of the community that looked down upon you, like the wealthier, more educated, even though those people, like this is the thing, those people would come to you for babies, right? Those people would come to you, the poorer women that would have babies by, you know, or have no money and need to sell their children, you would be like that middleman where you would sort of take their babies for them, sell them to other families, wealthier, more affluent people that needed babies or couldn't have babies or whatever. So you were doing sort of good work, but there was something within you that was not okay with this work. You would give money to the mothers, right, that would sell you the babies. It wasn't that you were unfair to them, but I feel like you also made a profit and you felt guilty for that profit. You took more of the profit than maybe, I don't want to say maybe than you should have, but you were sort of self-focused. And you turned off your crown. Like you not turned it off, but you couldn't necessarily access your spiritual knowledge because the work that you were doing, if you did access that knowledge, it would have opened you up to this whole understanding of, oh my God, you can't really be doing this. or not in the way that you are doing it. You have the Libra charm here, which to me is all about balance, but I don't feel like this represents balance. I feel like this was you weighing money on scales, making lots of money, and that's where you sort of had power, right? But you didn't have, still weren't, like, how do I want to explain this? Like, I feel like you were considered lower class, but you were upper class of the lower class, if that makes sense. And you intermingled with the upper class because you had access to these children to sell to these upper class people, right? But they still look down upon you. This is the Reiki stone for the building of power. So this life for you, I feel like, was about this building of power. But no matter how many babies you sold or how many connections you made or whatever you sort of did to try and move yourself forward, you never were able to leave that caste system, right? You were never able to move up into that higher realm of society or community. Even if you had the money. And then when I get here to the future, I feel like you died of a broken heart. The grounding stone is here, but it feels like I don't feel like you were able to ever ground with this liquor here and this sort of, all of these things kind of piled on each other. It almost felt like to me like when I look at this, I feel like there was this part of your conscience, because we have this Saint Teresa of Avila and the Guardian Angel Charm, there was this part of you that was aware or conscious somewhere inside of you that you could have been doing things differently. But if you had chosen that, your life probably wouldn't have been as good, right? Monetarily. Like, it's like you had wealth, your needs were met, you had a little bit of power, but you still were looked down upon by this upper echelons of society, even though they came to you because, like, I feel like you were a baby broker. Like, basically. Like, you were like the first form of an adoption agency before adoption was a thing. And I don't think you kidnapped babies or anything. I feel like poor mothers brought you babies and you bought them from them at, say, a very cheap price, and then you resold them to families for a much higher price, if that makes sense. And that's where you felt sort of guilty, I think, to some degree. You also have the Archangel Gabriel shield here. I feel like in some ways you didn't see clearly what you were doing, because I feel like this Archangel Gabriel shield says to me that in some of these dealings with these babies, you actually did these babies a service. Like, if these babies had stayed with their mothers, they probably would have died of different diseases or malnutrition, unclean water, bad living conditions. These women were very poor, right? So they couldn't necessarily, at times, couldn't afford to even feed these babies. So even though you would take them and give them, I don't know, like, let's say 50 rupees for a baby, you understood the value of human life. That's this Saint Teresa of Avila. That's this guardian angel. You understood this, but you sort of had to kind of shut that off. Stabilize in this idea. I feel like this is anger to me, or aggression. I don't know what you were angry about. I think that also dealt with your drinking. It might have been being angry about not being acknowledged. Like, I almost feel like even though you were doing some of these babies a service, that's this Archangel Gabriel shield. Like, some of these babies, you were actually putting them in safer places. That wasn't your goal, right? Like, that wasn't your mindset. Your mindset was to make money, right? And to move yourself up out from where you were, right? And in the process, this was the best way to do it, right? But in doing this, I feel like there was actual, Like, in some of these baby barters or these baby trades, there was angels at work and you didn't realize it. There was actual, even though you were taking money, like I feel like you were taking the money and feeling guilty for the money. Like this life to me feels like it's a moody crab here flipped over. Like to me it feels like you kind of couldn't even ground in what you were doing because you felt guilty about it. You felt guilty about your proclivity towards sex. You felt guilty about your proclivity towards drinking. You couldn't allow yourself, maybe you were angry at yourself. To me it just felt like there was this sort of and you didn't actually see like the bigger picture in some ways, where in some ways you were actually doing some of these families or these, you were not only giving gifts to these richer families, but you were also giving these babies chances at lives. But you didn't see that, is my feeling. And so I feel like you lived a long life doing this work and you got used to doing it and you did it and whatever. But I feel like you didn't necessarily like, it's interesting as I look at these letters and I look at these charms, I'm thinking as I take this away, I wish I had a con. Like I'm hearing the word condemned. I don't know, I hear the word like condemned. Like if that makes any sense, like you were condemned to this life. Like you felt condemned to this cycle of these poor women that needed your help. You would give them the money for the babies. You would take the babies and bring them to richer families. Everybody sort of looked at you with sort of like these weird eyes. Like the women were based in heartbreak, so that broke your heart. You know, that made you sad. It made you feel like you always sort of, you couldn't really question, you couldn't really get into that higher awareness of, am I taking advantage of these women? I don't think that you were going out there and taking advantage of these women, but I think that you might have felt as though you were. And then the families that would come and get these babies from you and pay you very well for them, they looked down upon you. And even though you were wealthy or in your caste system or your caste system or your part of the community, you were considered wealthy and had power, you were still like sort of not respected. Because you were like the baby dealer. And so I think you spent a large time, like, I don't know, wrestling with this, because it was sort of like this idea of taking care of yourself or doing what's right. And this money also allowed you to have like these sort of vices, like the booze and the sex and the things that were going on. And what little bit of sort of power you could gain in this lifetime. But I feel like it's almost like because no one else around you respected you, you couldn't respect yourself either. And there was actually things that you did that were good and you didn't even realize it. Because the guardian angel charm is here and the archangel Gabriel. So it says to me that like there was times where there was babies that were being moved by you, from you, that were actually under these angels' protections. And it's not just all babies. It might have been small children too. Like I feel like it wasn't just babies. It was, you know, sometimes people might come to you because they had no food, so they had to sell a child. So you would find a place to take that child to. And some of those children were adopted, right, into families. Some of those children were taken on as servants into households, right? But you also have to remember that at the time, this was sort of like a normal, I feel like this wasn't like an abnormal practice, but I feel like there was something with this Saint Teresa of Avila and this guardian angel charm, there was some part of you that was not okay with that in some regards. And so you never kind of let yourself free of that judgment. The Handmaid's Tale. Whatever, Sean. You ding dong. So does that make sense, Jen? Pandemics! God, we need to get Spirit a spelling lesson. I don't think that it's sad per se, Kelly. I think that it's what it is that it's like, I think that there's a judgment call that happened in this lifetime for this person where they could not see clearly exactly everything that was going on because they only saw themselves through the eyes of others, is like what I'm getting from this. So the upper echelon people looked down upon him. The lower people that needed him or sold their children to him also sort of resented him in some way. But he was the intermediary, and this was a way for him to sort of make his life better. But he never was able to like sort of consider his life truly better, even though he maybe had more monetization or money. He still felt sort of unappreciated or lost, and he wasn't able to see that there was actually good things that were being done here. And it was not like an unnormal practice. I mean, baby selling still goes on in India, I would imagine. This is not unheard of. You know, we have adoption agencies now. This is just very like early on adoption sort of situations. But some of these children were not necessarily adopted. They were sold to like houses for, you know, labor. But that was not this person's fault. It was just they had to place the child somewhere. So it's sort of like dealing with the guilt of that, or dealing with the demons of that, is what it feels like to me in this lifetime. She's back with her name. What do you mean? Pandemics? I don't know what that means. She's back with her name. So can I clear this? Facebook user, is that okay if I clear this? Have you taken a screenshot of your past life? Oh, the cats are going nuts. It's 9 o'clock. It must be 9 o'clock, yep. They're fucking flying through the house. I'm starving like Marvin. Ooh. So can I clear this, my dear? All right, we're going to do the moon card. Perfect. Let me clear this off. Yeah, I can't see her. I see her as Facebook user. I don't know why. She came in the group as Jen Nichols. I saw her originally when she first came in. I think it's my restream chat. For some reason, it's not picking up the names because you guys are chatting through a different thing. All right, so let me adjust cameras really quick because I'm going to have to adjust this for tomorrow anyways. So give me one moment. And we'll do a moon card for everybody since tonight is the new moon. Let me just bring this camera down. Oh, let me get rid of the grounding stone so you guys don't see the grounding stone for today's broadcast. Move that out of the way. Oh, Gus, what's the matter, Bubba? I know, I've been online too long. I'm coming. Just give me a minute. All right, so let me shuffle these cards really quick and let's see what the Moonology deck has to say for us tonight. Yeah, it is weird. I think it has to do with it being Restream. I think something's wrong with Restream chat. I might have to send them a message tomorrow. It's been going on for like 3 days. Nate was in yesterday, and I couldn't tell it was her. And she's also a friend of mine on Facebook, so I should be able to see hers, but I can see like duckies and stuff like that. So what do we need to know? All right, so here's our first quarter moon. Your commitment is being tested. All right, so what I want to say about this right out of the gate, just from the design of this card, I love that we only see half of the moon, right? This to me feels like we're only seeing part of the picture. And we're only seeing part of the picture because my camera's in such a shitty setup. We're only seeing part of the picture. We maybe only have half light on this situation right now. This could be the pandemic for some of us. This could be, you know, a personal situation we might be dealing with where we feel like we know what's going on, but I feel like we don't know everything, if that makes sense, because there's still this whole other half of the moon that's like not being shown to us. Also, these clouds parting to me make me feel like still information is coming to us. Still, like, more is being revealed. Our commitment is being tested because we need to sort of wait it out to find out what else we need to know before maybe making a decision or taking action. But let me read from the book and see what it says. First quarter moon is 28. Your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon. There could be some challenges coming your way, but they're the universe's way of testing you. The first quarter moon calls you to face any hurdles with confidence. What do you actually think is possible? If you believe you can do it, then you probably can. If you spend your life affirming that something is too big for you to surmount, it probably is. See how it works. Do you believe your dreams will come true, or have you secretly already given up? Showing some commitment now will help you move towards your desired outcome. What you believe to be true is true for you, so believe in yourself. I like that only because, like I said, tonight's the new moon in Taurus, so tonight is all about setting those new cycles and those new desires. So keeping that in mind, moving forward, like start to believe whatever it is that we want over the next month, we can create it in this new moon in Taurus. I'm going to leave you with that. I'm not even going to read the rest of the book, even though the rest of the book says, watch out, the planet's falling apart. But I'm not going to say any of that. It might have been the Vision grounding stone. Oh no, my camera's all fucked up. So it might have been. I don't remember. I said Vision. Vision was that today's, or was that like 2 days ago? I can't remember. I'm old. I can't remember anything. I'm old and I need to be less stressed if you want me to remember stuff. And the only way to let off stress is through sex or food. So if you're not feeding me, fucking me, forget it. It's that simple. So that is your charm night tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. That was wonderful. I'm so glad we got all of my wonderful subscribers. I want to say thank you to each and every subscriber. Jen Nichols, Karen Albano, Laura Gibson, Lisa Vanderhelm, Tammy Sylvester, Tracy Swinson, Emily Williams, and Jennifer Nichols. I also have other subscribers, Marita and Rose. I want to say thank you to both of them. I have subscribers, Christina Avalos just subscribed, Pat Benfeld subscribed. You guys can subscribe just at the $3.33 level, which is basically like 13 cents a forecast for the entire month. And it allows you to see the forecast early. Like if you wanted to know what the forecast is for tomorrow, you could go there right now, sign up, and subscribe. And it's just a way to, because I put out a daily forecast every day, it just helps me to feel financially supported while I try to continue to create content. So, and then this is my way of paying those people back. So if you want, go over to patreon.com and check that out. And if not, that's okay. You can just tune in daily and watch the forecast for free. But it was a way to kind of help balance everything out. And what is that? Oh my God, my cat has toilet paper. Like we have toilet paper that needs to be played with right now. I am going to kill you. All right, I need to go because my cat is running through the house with toilet paper. So you guys have a great night. I will talk to you all later. Eat it, bitch. Are you going to feed me, Sean? You're going to need to get in your car. Uber Eats, bitch. You better bring it. Uber Eats and treats. Okay? All right, I will talk to you later, you guys. Have a good day. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to all my subscribers. I'm so glad we were able to knock it out and get them done. We'll be doing it again in May. Please go over and vote in the polls so we know which deck that we're going to be using for May so that I can do an unboxing if I need to. And I will see you guys soon. I am going to get back onto the Taroscopes. The next sign group is going to be the air signs. I'm hoping to do that tomorrow. And then if I can get air done and then maybe another set of signs, I will do them all tomorrow and get those up. Okay? So I haven't forgotten about those either for the month of May. I've just been a little sidetracked with personal readings. And personal readings are always available. If you want, you can message me at the Facebook business page, or you can use this link and send me, oh, I just closed that down. That's not good. You can use this link that I'm typing in. Follow all of my social medias, and if you have any questions, you can message me at the business page, or you can just send money via my PayPal. Readings are 1 hour, $50, done over the phone via Facebook video or Facebook Messenger, but it's live. I call you via Facebook Messenger, and we talk on the phone, and it's a 1 hour session, and so that's always available to you too, and a great way to support me in my business and keep food in my belly. All right, and keep my cat from eating toilet paper. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will talk to you later. Have a good night.